Hi everyone, it is time for the seller newsletter number 4 for the 2022 fall sale. All right. Okay, so this is kind of your reminder that our deadline is fast approaching. So we have about a week and a half left until our system shuts down for item entries. So October 2nd at 10 p.m. the system shuts down, okay? Please do not wait until the last minute. Technology likes to mess up when we need it to be working most, as you all I'm sure know. And so please do not wait until the last minute because I don't want you to run into a technological issue that keeps you from being able to enter your items, okay? We also, we are seeing a lot of items come in. At this point, we can't predict anything. But if I had to guess, I would say there's a strong possibility we'll have to shut down early. We will let it go until the last possible second. But we will just, if we reach that point where it is just not going to be a good sale with that number of items, you're not going to have a good sell through. We're going to shut it down because we want to respect the time that you've put into the items that you have prepared. Okay. If we do decide we're going to shut down early, we will give you explicit warning about that. Okay. We're not going to do that just out of nowhere. So just be aware of that. So definitely be getting those items entered. That said, if you have not started entering your items yet, it is not too late. Okay. I have not started entering my items yet again. I used to be one of those sellers that had them all done the first weekend, and that is not the case for me anymore. So if you are entering this week or this weekend or whatever, you are in good company. Hopefully that's when I will be entering them. Okay. Okay. So some last minute kind of things to be thinking about in this last week and a half of entering items. Okay. So those must get rid of items. So those things that have been sitting in your house for a long time that you don't want to look at anymore, those big items that are taking up a lot of space, those very wintry clothes, boots, coats, things like that are definitely winter sale items, get those entered first, okay? And then if you get nothing else entered, at least you have those to bring to the sale, okay? Things like larger items, so baby gear, strollers, pack and plays, nice riding toys, things like that. And then winter coats, boots, those are all really good sellers. They have really good sell through. So it's worth the time to go ahead and get those entered now. And then you can go back and enter the rest of your stuff later. Okay. Another thing is, remember, it's not all or nothing. Okay. So if you are daunted by tubs and tubs and tubs and tubs of things that you need to enter, you don't have to enter them all for this sale, okay? You can get some of them entered, and then you have those done. And maybe once you get started entering those first couple tubs, you'll realize, oh, okay, I've got the hang of this. I can get all these entered, okay? Make sure to be checking those nooks and crannies around your house. One sale, I did not check my son's closet. I asked him to get everything out of it, which is not very smart of me apparently, because about a week after the sale, he came out with a box of shoes that he had outgrown, okay? And so take it from me, you go check that closet, all those nooks and crannies, so that you do not have a box of shoes that would have been great to sell at the sale that you get to hang on to for another sale cycle, okay? So check things like kitchen drawers are a good place to check for any dishes, maybe any children's dishes that you aren't using anymore. Check your garage, make sure you don't have a box stashed away in there, or that you don't have some outdoor toys that you're like, yeah, we don't play with these anymore. Check that yard, check your coat closet, really get to all the parts of your coat closet, make sure there's not a coat in there, or a sweatshirt or something like that that your kiddo's not fitting into anymore. Trying to think, under beds. I have an image that I'll send out within the next week or so that gives you some good ideas of some different nooks and crannies to be checking, some places that you might not think to check, but make sure you're kind of checking everything. Don't just stop at the toy box or the drawers. There might be some things that you would like to get rid of elsewhere in your house. Okay. And I feel like I sound like a broken record every time I say this, but please ask questions. Okay. You are not inconveniencing me when you ask questions. 99% of the time, answering a question takes me 30 seconds. And it's a question that may be totally stressing you out. Okay. And I don't want that. So I want you to feel like you know what's going on, like you are prepared, like you know what to expect. So if you have a question, please ask, and we are happy to answer that. Facebook Messenger tends to be the best way to get a hold of us for the quickest response. Email is also a great option though. You know, whatever is most convenient for you. But, you know, we want to answer your questions. We want you to feel comfortable. We want you to feel like you know what's going on. I know that especially as a new seller, this can be very overwhelming. I do not want you to show up the sale day and find out that you misunderstood something when I could have just answered a question, okay? Okay, so volunteers, we are still needing some spots for volunteers. So if you are not aware, so as a seller, you will get into shop the night before the public sale at 6:30, okay? Our volunteer pre-sale, they start at 5:30, okay? And so you get to shop earlier, you get to snag the best deals, get kind of a better pick of items. We do have a few kind of critical need shifts that are needed. We have several different shifts that have 1 or 2 spots left in them. So check in your consignor workstation and see if there is one in there that you would like to snag. Some kind of like top need ones currently. Wednesday night, 6 to 9, it's just a 3-hour shift, but it will count towards a 4-hour shift. That setup, this is almost never a shift that's open because we have 5 regular volunteers who always work that shift. But 3 of them actually were not available this sale. So that shift is open. It's got a couple more open slots in it. It's not always available, and it's kind of a neat shift to work. You get to see the armory totally bare, get to kind of see how the sale setup works. It's a pretty chill shift, really great people who work on it. So that's a fun one that you might want to try to snag this time because it's not usually available. Saturday of the sale, Saturday morning's looking pretty good, although we do have some spots open there if you wanted to check that out. But in the afternoon from 12 to 4 or from 2:30 to 6:30, we are still needing several people. And then Sunday, 10 to 2, we could use some more people, but are okay on that one. Sunday afternoon, 12:30 to 4:30 is still available. If you are planning to come pick up your items from the sale, that would not be an issue because we would just send you home with your items after pickup's over. So if you're concerned about being able to pick up your items if you're there working, don't be. That's actually a great shift for sellers picking up their items to work because you're already there, okay? All right, that hits everything. Again, please ask questions if you have any. Make sure you check the website, make sure you're familiar with all the information, everything that we accept, everything that we don't accept. Make sure you understand how to tag the items, how to enter the items. We are particular about how items are tagged, particularly clothing, because it all needs to be uniform, but it's not hard, okay? Check the videos on the website and the pictures, or again, ask questions, all right? And have a great time wrapping up that tagging.